welcome back. After you leave a job, you might be wondering if there's something that you should do with your 401k account. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about what those options are. I'll talk about reasons why you might want to think about moving that account to somewhere else. Second, I'll cover reasons why you might just want to keep it there. And third, I'll cover things that you should never do. So first, why would you move your account? Whether you knew it or not, it's an option that you have when you leave an employer. You can keep it there, you can move it somewhere else, and so are there benefits or reasons why you would do one over the other? One good reason why it might be a good idea to move your account to an IRA is to have a better picture of your overall preparation for retirement. In a recent study from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, they estimated that on average, people spend about 4 years with any given employer. So that means over the course of your career, right, you're going to accumulate a lot of different retirement accounts with employers. And so what happens is over decades, you can end up with accounts at multiple places. And when that's the case, it's really difficult to have a clear picture of how you're doing for retirement, how much you've saved, how much more do you need to save. There's probably accounts you have that you haven't looked at in years, or you forgot your login information to be able to even access or even know what's happening with that account. So when you open up an individual retirement account at a place like Vanguard or Charles Schwab or Fidelity, that gives you kind of a central hub so that as you go from job to job, after you leave those employers, you can roll those accounts over into an IRA, do a tax-free direct rollover, and then as you go along, you can have a clear picture of how much you've saved so far and be able to plan better for your eventual retirement. That's probably the best reason that I can think of. There are other reasons, but that's the one that I'm going to cover today. Now, when should you probably just keep the money there? Well, especially if you're looking to retire early, one of the issues that you'll face is how to access your retirement savings without paying the early withdrawal penalty. If you take money out of a retirement account, with some notable exceptions, before age 59 and a half, you'll have to pay a 10% early withdrawal penalty. So if there's ways to get around that, obviously, that's worth considering. So there's something called the age 55 rule. So if you're working for a company and you leave that employer in the year you turn 55 or later, you have the option to take money out of that retirement account. Obviously, you're still going to have to pay federal and state taxes, but you won't have to pay the 10% early withdrawal penalty. So this gives you a lot of flexibility to be able to perhaps retire earlier than you were planning. And so if this is something that might apply to you, that's a really good reason to keep the money there and not make any drastic moves. Another type of account that has a lot of flexibility for somebody who's younger than 59 and a half is an account called a 457. This is another type of retirement account that gives you the option to access money regardless of your age without having to pay that early withdrawal penalty. So again, if you have money in one of these types of accounts, even if as of today you don't think that you're gonna want to retire early, or maybe it's just kind of something that you're considering, if you have one of these accounts, I'd recommend you probably just keep the money there. Or I should say, it's probably a good idea to keep it there because that'll provide you more flexibility when you're trying to create your retirement income map, once you retire. So that leads us to the third category that I said I'd cover in this video, which is what should you never do? What should you never do with your retirement account after you leave a job? And that is to take that money and buy an insurance contract because you met with somebody who said that you could get tax-free income in retirement if you did. So this is a really common sales pitch that you might hear out there. Get your money out of the risky stock market and put it into this this contract where you can take money out of it tax-free in retirement. Please, 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 never do that. I have another video where I go into that in a little more detail, but needless to say, it's a bad idea. It's a horrible idea. You should never do that. Okay, So hopefully this has been helpful. Please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.